I'll go for the fame. No, I'll not go for the fame. I'll go for the money. Please, you're confusing me. I'll go for the money. Hey, money, Sika. It's like Atalia Michelle. Can I into my dad has to take me to what's the name? Boliga Station. Shout out to Boliga people. Dominion Boliga Station or to Atali. New one. Where then? Emma me. And some of the Michelle come with the head. Your back crap. Once I never me dad. Unfortunately, she was the mama.
Money or Fame podcast.
We didn't do anything bad though. But I didn't know where that's.
I don't know how you didn't do anything bad.
Yeah, she. So and I make her say like I said almost 30 gang was down Colagron. So lad, show me the way. Come upon me right and no make a no say. Fire in me
and a Fame. The big question. Niya nka ofa.
Edimpa de echa hunya.
Edimpa echa
hunya.
Sika fi mobusiam.
Or like ebi mo by ebi musu ni buy. The rich people are with you and yeah you need so. Yeah.
Money or Fame podcast. If you are watching us from the whole wide world, you need to broadcast. Yes, let's do this fast. Me, I'm going to give you another guest who have a story making him move from grass to grace into glory. May I tell you, if I pick a big lorry and come over, today is a dance all day. You know, my name Carl Kobiji, baby, represented. I will give thanks to Jah Rastafari Selassie. So you must be blessed with meditation of our art be absorbing in the sight of Jah Rastafari, straight out of the place. This man coming from Kumasi. Yes, a big star, a big dancehall artist who has performed on so many stages. Wa performing baby, wa say baby, no, your friend Charles Delali, Dutchman. Now on the 26th of Kumasi, or Baba Kubodi, ye baby son and Niakum. We are going to go into him story very soon. You are gonna me tell you, let's go straight to the man who is dealing with the fashion, and it's a boy who is leading in a ranking space, and he is Fashion Boy Ranking Music Global, FBR Music Global. What's up? Yes, Bibi Abakodi.
Bibi Abakodi General.
Yanka part to Amudi Ibi Anase. Yanka ne se Bibi.
Yanka part to Bibi.
Wagwan me brethren.
Me dey up.
Everything nice and Chris?
Crystal Iris.
You are a warrior who came from long time. I tell you, me see you a long time thing, you know.
I saw the thing go, you know.
Where you born and grow?
Yeah, man, me brother, I'm born in Kumasi. Yes, but me live in a spin test road. You see me? All of my life, me live in a spin test road. But I was born and bred in Kumasi. Yeah, man, St. Michael's Hospital, Pramso. Shout out to all Pramso people. And same way, big up spin test road, me born.
Charlie, you Kumasi and Kachi Kakra.
Me Kumasi for most of the day. And then Tano so for I say what I say. Yeah, any Pramso for what I say. Any Kumasi ne home what I say. But body dey we share cry higher cry na boss and spin test ni what I say. 25-26 years nya cry na boba. Kumasi for the more money. More money to amudi share ni. O say to pia me sorry me body.
Nete se u faso fo like kwan so atano so ha na wo.
What I say.
Ne se unim ya santo agas kakra.
Sharp.
Area ho na unyi.
Yeah, we more 2 years time. We did 2 years and I'm back crying, you know.
We did 2 years and I'll buy.
Yes, I.
We did who send we did 2 years.
Once I back us me upon catch me say we Kumasi Pramso Hospital, but after 2 years time. So if I say Accra, they have lived my whole life in Accra, like 24 years now in Accra.
Okay.
What do I say?
Okay. Into 2 years time, let's say we no oba Accra na we ni so te we no na we di fie be sen.
Say me did 2 years. Exactly. You want me 2 years and the back.
When you sit still now, Accra and in few best, and when you sit still crowns,
me realize it's the same.
Realize, yeah, and your partner back.
Yeah, when because me mommy we are 9 years. Into
9 years.
Yeah, into 9 years. They are minute team and say me Accra. Me the say 5.
5 years.
Yes, I mean say more Accra because me mutual recruitment in our school.
Okay. Tano so na one neto.
Me papa. Me mommy free 2007. What I say? Okay. Me papa na ne wo ho no me big sister. Shout out to my big sister Matilda. Ni na ne ye wo ho no mtino. Me did 2 years so no. That was 2002-3 if I'm not mistaken. And I back to Accra. So that was when I lived all my life in Accra. Like into everyone me Accra boy. Me no American guy. Me Accra boy, Spinter Road boy. Cause 24 years I was Spinter Road there. Me Accra boy.
Oh, I see. Into no na say friends Tano so na o papa no mama en bom.
Omu bom.
Utu ya only one to call Accra no.
Me name papa ne me mama parents.
Mu nyina na mu se tu kwa na mu unu anu mu yesen.
Yeah, 7.
7.
Yeah, but me know from Nyame from Ukraine me bo mudin ka say Nyame from Ukraine. My big sister Selassie Nyame from Ukraine and my junior brother Godwin Nyame from Ukraine what I say say I can 5 pe and say na be page busu na kosoro no.
Okay. Inti na say wo to so sen e we busu anim.
Me to so 4th.
Wo to so 4th.
Yeah.
Edin a Dutch mo no ti ase.
Dutch mo dear. Me papa ka share me say our clan we are from the kinship side.
Okay.
You know,
Ewe kinship ana.
Kinship.
Okay.
Ewe kinship side. I'm a Voltarian though, so let me state that fact clear.
Oh,
Me Voltarian, me Igbeni. Pogbato menye me sia. Number 9 chofogba. Me de kukushi akuna mi kata pogbato menye ta ala be me anyabe pogbato menye.
Ese pogba nyura.
Me se pogba nyura de pogba nyura.
Yeta ofara African na chole voter regional.
Voter region mi cho afere nyingba pota. Pota vi menye afere nyingba pota.
Okay, ele hu alo ho alo nka.
Ele ni na ina homoji ma globe
acho banko mo a
awo
okay.
Afere nyingba
okay
keta fi magoji afere nyingba
okay
na nya afere nyingba nyura anya fike macho.
Okay, so your mom is from
My mom is a northerner.
A northerner?
Yes.
How come you are internal so?
It's migration. We moved like like the way people can just move from maybe we know a lot of people are Voltarians,
okay,
but they came to settle in Accra, but so that it doesn't mean them they are Ghana people. And we know Ghana people who also moved to the Voltarian, but it doesn't mean they are Voltarians. But my mom is a northerner and my dad is a Voltarian. So my dad is an auto mechanic engineer.
Okay.
So at first their company was based in Kumasi. And my mom also came into Kumasi to hustle. You understand? So they met and they gave birth to me, or at least they gave birth to my sister first. Afterwards they gave birth to me, and that was it. You understand? So we migrated to Accra.
So hustle. What hustle was your mom into?
My mom was an entrepreneur. She was selling provisions. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention brand's name, but she was into provisions. She was into, what's the name? Chibum. I don't know if people know Chibum.
Okay.
Yeah, like Kosiani, bread and egg.
Who went to show school at the age of 6?
My dad and mom. My dad and mom. My papa and mommy.
Responsible.
Very, very responsible.
Up to now.
May her soul rest in peace. My mother, Beatrice. Thank God that
your mom is late.
Yeah, she's late. May her soul rest in peace. She died when I was 9 years old.
9 years old. Yeah, How did it come to you?
Okay, let me say, according to the northern tradition, which I'm from Navrongo. My mom is from Navrongo. And my dad is a Voltarian. So according to the northern tradition, when the child is very young and little, when he or she lost a parent, he or she is not supposed to know immediately.
Okay.
You understand? So when my mom died, I was 9 years, but my sister was a little bit old. So my sister knew about it, but I didn't know. So sometimes like I can just be there and I'll be like, 1 month, 2 months, I'm not seeing my mom. So I have to ask my dad, and my dad would be like, oh, she's fine. She's at my uncle's place. She has traveled, blah, blah, blah. Being a child, like, I didn't take it serious. So we moved to Labadi. Shout out to my uncle. May he so rest in peace too. He was at Labadi. So we moved to Labadi. So they told me that my mom is at Labadi. But all that time, she's dead and gone. But they told me she's at Labadi because I was little. I was very 9 years old. So I went to Labadi. I and my big sister, Matilda, went to Labadi. So we were there for about a week or two. We're not seeing our mom. And I went out to play ball. So my uncle didn't want me. He's a policeman, so he doesn't want me to go out and be playing ball and be doing all those things. So I was there one time playing ball and he called me. So I thought maybe he wants to beat me. So me.
Okay.
So when I was coming, I was scared. They were like, no, I shouldn't worry. It's not anything. So when I came, I saw my sister crying. And I knew that, no, they are going to beat me because I've gone and play ball. But that wasn't the case. The case was that because my mom is late, she's dead. So my sister is crying. So when I heard the news, I was like, wow. And, imagine a 9 years boy like me. Charlie, Miss Sumiyama.
Did you understand death?
Yeah, I understood death at that 9 years old. Yeah, because I know what was death when I was 9 years old. Because they just told me, my sister was crying. I asked her, Sister Matt, I didn't know. I said, yes, ma woo. And it broke me into tears. And I started crying like, Miss Suyama, like, my mom is my mom, like,
Your mom and your dad, who was very caring?
When my mom was alive and she was there with my dad, both of them were very, very caring, but I was closer to my mom. when she was alive, both of them were all caring. I was closer to my mom. So when she passed on, and I became acquainted with my dad more, because my dad was not really like home. He's supposed to go out, hustle, and provide for the family. So I was closer to my mom, because my mom was also having a provision shop. So when I close from school, I go to her, and those kind of stuffs at Spintex Road.
So now say we life best sign. Yeah, sure. Now say mama ni ho. No support to mama ba. Now say we life best sign.
It's in a big thing, like
Ura Street, if you want to.
Serious, like let me say this: if my mom was to be alive up to date, I'm not sure I'll be in Ghana here.
Okay.
I'm saying the honest truth. If my mom was to be alive up to date, probably I'll be in Canada or some Europe country.
Europe country, okay.
Yeah. But when she died, like all the burden, the hustle became on my dad. My dad is supposed to, do everything. Even though he later got married again. Okay. But you know how, like biological mom will do and support you. Yeah. So everything laid on my dad. And I went on the street, I hit the street. I remember I could hit the street even after school, after primary, I could hit the street to go and hustle, to go and do one or two things.
At the age of 9?
No, that was somewhere 12 years going.
12 years going?
Yeah.
When you were 2 years in town or so, did you go to school?
Yeah, I was going to school, but I can't remember I don't even know the school I went when I was in Kumasi.
But in 5 years, when you were in Accra, you remember the school?
Sharp.
What school was that?
Spintex Academy.
Spintex Academy?
Yeah, opposite to Raleigh Senior High. Yeah.
Okay. In the Spintex Academy, no papa netua school fees and mom in netua school.
Papa netua school fees.
Papa netua.
Yeah.
Was he still paying when mom died?
He was even paying when my mom was alive, and he was still paying when my mom died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now there's one for difficulty because that it meet your school fees automatically obey to me then I shall. But I didn't know Ura Street. You were looking for your own self cash.
Yeah, I entered the street when my mom died.
Okay.
When my mom died when I was 9 years.
Okay.
So let me make this statement clear so that my people will not be confused. When my mom died at the age of 9, I relocated to the northern region.
Oh, sir.
Yes. That was only me.
That is mom's home.
Yeah, that's my mom's home. I relocated to northern because they said, before you have to get married to a northern, you have to perform certain rites and things. So if she died and maybe you've not really gotten married to her, then they would come and take that child back to the north until that rite is being performed, that you can come for your child. So my sister Matilda is already a big girl, so they can handcuff her and send her to the north. So I'm the little one, 9 years boy. So they picked me and they sent me to the north. So I was about the north like close to a year. And my dad came. So like, to be honest, when I was there, I thought that was my life. Like I've ended there. Me who are crab you. Like a can't know for man for munim na vrongo no.
Okay.
What I say? I was a herdsman. You can't herdsman and then me chase.
That's a Fulani like.
Fulani. I'm telling you this.
The Money of Fame podcast.
Yes, like I was once a Fulani boy. Me can't do it. I'm for like they go like FBR Music Global now. Like seriously. I know it.
Okay.
Like if anything said ninchie eniguha omuwe no omu dango no like a fertilizer mayen.
Okay.
Say it me the answer sa.
Okay.
I'm one of 9 years boy about 10 years old. It me the answer sa. Na ya fertilizer na ya distribute into me. So I thought like my dad won't come for me again.
Okay.
Because right now or someone answer about family so it's not I thought say that's my life. And growing up I love football, so like me no from Navrungu na me bobo kakra me bobo me prepare. I mean I wasn't really used to the environment there. I remember that my grandmother sent me to school Nayania. Like to be honest with you, like my whole life about 6 months, 8 months, a year. Like I was not really close to their food. Like I mean okay. So imagine me, my brother crass and me akoto north. I said me rani like I was really dirty. If I tell you something right now, you will feel bad for me. Maybe you'll be begging say, I could because my looking shape and I'm saying okay. Me share na me kan same bi. But alhamdulillah, nyame nim no kra me kan. Me ma me will say be mean to me twan tron yeden. Ento no so.
Alhamdulillah. Nyame enemy American. So daddy knew home or north.
No daddy knew home.
How did you survive?
I was just with my grandmom.
Daddy knew you were at the top.
Yeah, he knew I was at the top.
Was he sending you money or support too?
At that moment, to be honest with you, not on yen sending scan here because and I make a story in here.
Eba.
Yeah, they me call no for about 6 to 1 year no. Na me dream say me them life na I end it. Because na me say me papa nka, me nti obi anka, me me grandmother no a farmer. What I say as kitu bi no here or farming was so. Nti na me dream say me life I had AC. So there was one fateful night. We were getting to December thereabout. Na me mada. Charlie, who die no cry be on more but na people are from North Navrongo, like they will know, like single room, you know, like Anyadan madhouse, like Charlie.
Now we did 12.
Let me a 9. I mean about 10.
9 over 10.
Yeah,
how many years now? 10 and off.
It's now getting to a year. Until me run me 10 years.
Okay. And I'll back to Tema.
Me back. Until Papa never farm me.
Okay.
And me back to Accra.
Okay.
So Adam Papa be farm. I was surprised.
Okay.
Me say, me now crony means like not chairman.
1 year of torture. If you say 1 hour year, and I say ubi ne piano.
Me nka say me and me na obi ne piano me. It was circumstance because me mami wu ye no. And I make say me mami wu ye no. Honestly, my dad was not really like married to my mom. Like what I say. If you ever say wakoye knocking, but aware na nkasa no. Onye ntino. And our mom tradition is and we say if you're not really married to their citizen or their member and he or she pass out. So only know akola. Mama be fa akola so that you can make that what right and sana dey yesi no.
Inti ye be fa o nyese wo na odo pekoe.
Inti ye be fa me eko nof Navrongo. Dingofo omunim nof Navrongo. Yesi me grandfather kai o hen Atanga inti omo for omunim say Atanga family no. They make an be inti ye be fa me ko nof. What did I say? So me, I felt like as if I was neglected and rejected. But one fateful day, getting to December thereabout, I was on the bed when I heard a knock, bang, 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 and my grandmother came out. So my grandmother came out and she started crying and shouting. So I also came out from the room and lo and behold, that was my dad standing there. My dad came all the way from Accra to North and he paid everything they asked him to pay on my behalf for him to take me. And I thought my dad would take maybe a day or 2 or 3 days, but that same day that he came, let's assume it was a Friday. That same Friday, he paid everything, and that same Friday, that night, he brought me back to Accra. And when I was coming to Accra, like I had nothing to wear. I'm telling you, my grandmom is dead, so I can't lie on her. My mom is dead, I can't lie on her. I had nothing to wear.
So
I had nothing.
So do you think they took you there to be tortured?
I don't know if they took me there to be tortured.
Did they give you food?
Oh yes, my grandmom give me food. Like that's what I even said. My grandmom sent me to school, Nayania basic school. She sent me to school. But you know, funny thing was that omoka kasim nankane
Ntisi awonte kasim nankane
mente because me tree ni bro Accra nkwana na me den me wo enti no tree ni bro na me ma me kra se bi oti ase na me fa nkran se na tree na no ne me den eka enti kasa na mente me ye no ko na yana school kasa na me ye den mente enti omo kira dia omo timi che no masa translate akọ me na mente hwe so automatically like my life there was meaningless and useless at that moment when I was there. That was where 2007-8 thereabouts. My life in Navrongo was some way until that fateful day my dad came for me. And when I was coming, like ministry show, so it's like Atalia Michelle until my dad has to take me to what's the name? Boliga Station. Shout out to Boliga people, Boliga Station or to Atali. New one we're heading. Emma me. And some of them Michelle come when they're heading, you're back crap. Oh, Saturday I'm on mommy if anything a horse back. Oh, there be say ache
okay.
And
one fashion in fin of
me grandmother mammy akoko so I can na so into.
Okay. The life up there no unya fulani for ni omubi adamfo.
Oh, a lot.
Fulani for tied in ntwe ekosi amanfufu uye bi.
Say adechi dey say ntwe no mundidi. Ntino yedi omo call patrol yedi omo call rounds find out that like omo juma no because who na ntwe so beba ma efu me ntime so me ntwe ba efu ma you don't have to complain just like in Dubai no eduane na enim say eduane we dey no can say ntwe ni ndi no onye dey on say no we know so when I was at the north I even know swimming na me swimming because ya chinam to me swimming I knew I learned it was an experience for me though.
Now go school now audition in Chie no.
Let me do baby crown school no can me be say me dey make no for because I wasn't really familiar with the environment. I wasn't really familiar when I was at North. I wasn't really familiar with the environment. But my grandmom was so persistent for me to go to school because when you say more academy, me go school. Into forcing me say me menko. I do. It mean diarrhea running stomach. Maybe yali that fear best close to 2 weeks. Na me go school. Because I wasn't really familiar with the environment.
When you say you are
say we are trace can kunipa na say.
Wallahi, you don't touch my goat, I'll kill you.
I know them. Say me northern boy.
Until when you say you are trace kind.
And not really say me trace kind, but like I know how to kill a goat. Like once say obu hormone stay you kun aboa. Obu okra oba na kokokra osuro so where.
You trace kind in a positive way.
In a positive way.
Na minti.
Obu akokokra osuro ko so obu ku akoko.
Okay. Uti auza kakra.
Okay,
where do you drop in?
Debbie.
Who call off when do you drop?
Debbie.
That is enough on a drone now.
Son of more candy, but me them in DB that.
Parane, I must saying in a honor. One year be spiritual bia.
Debbie.
Back to Spin Test, Koto Babi, a stubborn area. How was your life there? At the age of 10, and now who Spin Test?
Yeah, so at the age of 10, I came back to Spin Test Road.
Okay.
Blue Gate to be specific.
Blue Gate, okay.
I came back
so boys need to train your man. Uchu train your man.
Debbie.
One jot, one shishi, one fatra more. Or raffinose so.
So I came back to Spin Test Road.
Okay.
To me by Spin Test Road, that was 2000 and let's say 8 because then December month, year 2008 month.
Okay.
So God being so good, maybe I came to meet a stepmom. Yeah. Her name is Joyce, a very beautiful woman, and she took care of me. And funny enough, when I was
in Daddy's house.
Is
it Daddy's own house?
Daddy's own house.
Oh no, yes, musha siye mufie na matana.
First, your Kumasi ne die friends and company house. Until you move back Accra no, you move back company house. But later on, onankasa ne small cubic village.
So na auntie shefi ho. Auntie na show yentu asum.
Mr. Man honum. So even though you see my dad is
it stepmother or auntie?
Stepmom.
Initially
I wanted to call her auntie.
Okay.
But funny enough, when we're coming back from the north, my dad told me that he's going to put me on a call with someone. You know, so he put me on a call with that person, and the person spoke to me very nicely and everything. Asked me, I'm coming back to Accra, what I like to eat. And you know, my favorite food is wachi. You know, not nadia. Yeah. Intimacy wachi. Intimacy no I prepare ben kubi. That was my first time. After me being in North, like me dear Janine and Quine. So she took care of me, and so that was the year 2008, 2009. My father had a contract in what's the name? In Zima, somewhere in Zima. So he traveled about a year and a half. So it's left I and my stepmom. You know, stepmom issues need the nyebi. What I say? I don't mean to na say stepmom issues need the ya nyebi there. But nini na beka say bi ameso na maso wodin. Me so minti jai.
O ka say stepmom issues nyebi. Na just say o was she enim keke say something or they are dey bowtrim.
Oh, issues need
the. Wa ma oduane kikan sa na ma kire me.
Oh, issues need the nyebi. One say akola was one day there. Even say o ma me cry.
Yes, na was wording.
Oh yeah, as one day akola bi as one day.
Mommy ashu asumda.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Step auntie ashu asumda. Step mommy ashu asumda.
Why not?
Okay. O papa
for the right cause.
Okay.
What I say?
Okay. O papa worry no or the wo kire ne say oh yes, I'm any bibia mamu say na tie. How many years did it take for your dad to get married after your mom died?
I think a year.
Okay.
Yeah, I think a year.
Okay. Were you okay?
Why not? I'm okay.
Where were your siblings?
Okay. My big sis and I are from the same mother and the same father. And my big brother and my big brother are from the same father, but not the same mother. And my 2 little siblings are from the same father. So with the 7 children, 2, my big sister and I, Matilda, we are from the same father and mother. But the rest are, you know, from different mothers, but the same father. So when we come to the same father, we are 7. But when we come to different mothers, I and my sister are 2, and you know, different mothers, but the same father.
Stepmom.
Now, later on, my big sister relocated and came to join me when she finally heard I've come back to Accra and so by joining here. But I don't know when you know, like one chesa or honum would be a year or 2 be now. Or so I call into Carmen Kwane me stepmom name me papa. Inti young kwan ne ye wo honum
Can you matri or Jojo stepmom?
Oh, me nka so Jojo me. Me Jojo dear, me tinaka so Jojo me dia ere bad. Me nka so Jojo me. And I mean nka say like na me so me ntijai because me coming to this new environment like I know say she's not my mom. You know, like I was finding it reluctant to say mother. So I wanted to call her auntie, but I mean Papa Neka said no, auntie the I should call her mom. So even mom cannot present me this step here then to differentiate say she's not my biological mother. I know my mom because me like and say be a woman and I'm here then me make a cry say be no be true Mohammed say oh mama no even though we would find a crazy you know I was finding it difficult to accept her as a mom like every child will do. Every child who will be my shoe that even the obi for crab bro even mama cramp who need that so o cough by yourself for 5-10 years ne oba or biological mother oba can say oh my me be odinka say you mingle with her at that moment and say dinka cra mama you know na ye wo honum like me so one dey e be obeka say mama nko bobo na gidigidi my den akobo me ba obebo me ntina me dwen say onye den on pema asem e bia ade o ka say oh meba enya adiwe obonsa meye ne wabom ntimi megin say ah mama ko pema sa kan mama ho no kan mama nya me sade na all those things but growing up I mean kan me say no she was rather putting me on the right path and you say opeso like always training me say mama nya san no yoma no cause me kan yoma me step mother ya mama na like a draw so because and then say you na that's what home in this ntimi look fly say ya so almost at least why be then mama me oba cry back o sister ba stepmother father or obia or o to school so ha yes me to school I went back to my school again Spinters Academy yeah because Spinters Academy na me mam we na me say na me class 2 say 1 na o we nti e call north no ti north na because to school class 3 so me yale any nyoma environment new environment nti papa fa me back to Accra no. You know, I started me call back to Miyama Mata, my previous school, Spinters Academy. Me call Spinters Academy no. Now, in confirm no me no more events in class 2, no more call class 3. Into me I'm very brilliant. Into some small exams be them cycle join no more class 3 na in na heading the twaso.
Yes, our life is stable.
Na I stable.
Amani who or not no. Esu etwa. Bibia be okay. That about say ma ba bibia fine. That about say ma ba kakra. What for them for Spinters? Oh, Adam for the baby. Say Spinters are the Spinters the new. Into squad bench na because Spinters ne me hu Adam for bia at I say into we say Adam for bench type ben of I. Both the good, the bad, the evil, the wicked. Spinters show the there. If any say me go school in no, I had friends. Oh, sometimes it's me go school na eja. Even say your school fees ka pam school fees na me say me ndeka kra me medwane abafi. Medwane abafi. Because what was one of the worst thing you did between that period? Where do you 10 to 12? The worst thing I did when I was 10 to 12 thereabout was me giving a boy to my head. Oh, the boy to trim. Why Africa cry na the boy to me trim. Give me another scenario. And what again did I do when I was in school? Mako guy boys magangia ko you be pain. No. We no war pain. What if say me free school say be a classes in section na me free school maybe I'm artiste portable baby. Portable baby. Because me I knew I wanted to do music. Your first talent your football. Yeah, football was you know when I was little then I thought my talent was football because na me need jebon. Bobi there. Na me nimboso. But growing up, especially when I got to class 6, that was when I knew say I could do music. We do classes them who submit my music. But time I'm showing the ball there, we a young boy, they will be a ball. Person me say, but me you know, na who say no music na there. I call it. In time na me di best 12, 13 more na me more primary school. No. So me this a program biya ba. Na me person me there. Me sometimes we can be in school. It be it's more school. Na say say oh, ball program be work. Club be na party be honum net sharp many madam for 3-4 ya was ye be kwaba we say assemble o me check roll call me on be gwa me on be bu me on be catch papa so be bu me but still you know fast forward nipa enyi nti form 1 honum no na enyum ni be stable sem person ye dey person me ye nyum ba no cry nyum say no chairman. Was that the first time I hit a mic? I will stage. Very good.
question. The first time I hold mic, I went to stage, it was a sabotage. And let me explain. The first time I know JHS1, I put that mic. It was a friend that came to me once. Mr. Artiste, I'm using it. Said, "Man, we do it. Go break." In fact, if there's a pen, book, and a church. Before God, the man, something just started coming out of my mouth. Let me start to say me tunyu. Once my cat because that was my first time holding mic. That was class 6 going to Form 1. The first time I said yeah graduation, the Form 1. To me, I just started singing. To me, be a man who said student, no so yeah, 2 chorus na me tono omo 2 dimechi san. That was where the blessings in disguise what came in. So now when no one was like I suppose disgrace me. And I almost in every disgrace there is what a grace. So that was where BBR started into, you know. After that, they started calling me Stone Boy because of the way I was moving on the stage, you know. I almost mean that me movie says Stone Boy, and I almost had to say, I'm the mommy, son.
As a child, and now mentor Stone Boy.
Very good. And up to date, Obianim, Obianim say me role model is Stone Boy. Even though I respect Shatawale, Samini, but Obianim say me mentor is Stone Boy.
Last but not the least, at the Bonnie Ben, the target will say, Uncola bring wire up to now a hand too.
Up to now, a hand to me was when little I grow some mama need that than your man.
Oh, sir, me interested, pa. Me interested.
Some mama need that than your man. That was when like target me. Unfortunately, get me pry. We didn't know what happened, but pry, you know, there was blood oozing from that place. Like, what did I say? So once I me dada no, and unfortunately, she was the mama.
Money of Fame podcast.
What did I say? She was the mama. So like we didn't do anything bad though. But I didn't know where that's.
I don't know how you didn't do anything bad.
Yeah, she. So and I make her say like I said, almost 30 gang. What's that? Collagron, Usa gang. Well, what I say?
The Money of Fame podcast.
I was also scared. I didn't even like that time now. Who
did we share her?
I didn't know. I didn't put anything there.
The distance between the cervix or the outer VJJ portion, echo inside, no, finally, it will take something longer for you to tear the hymen. But I'm a mojaba.
But funny enough, a plan or pry.
Okay, a side tie,
That's we pray.
And fee pipe in the moon.
We pray like as a BBA, a channel.
Bauna na yada dano.
Ntina me yada dano.
Nada la binsu hobiem.
Na yakata ya huna yada nti se nkola ya omo dada da.
Nada la binsu hobiem na mutupe.
Tupe like no like nkola wo ho.
And you jitu mu say am fan tag na bia na musu na se.
There be nti say oh like me pra kola me like nti all scares me kwa me dwane here e ko fie. Nti me dwane se me me suro say we pray like no moja ba nti no na cat. Once the be environment na yedi agoro nti cat na say we pray na bibi here e twa no. Nti no me suro say bia nti once akabare na kambo ho na bia girl be pray I can have the boldness to take her to the parents.
True, yeah.
But Satan na me suro na me di be say bia say 11 or 12 like who born me say obi pra moja ba ni me nti me suro ka me here me ko fie. So that became a riot between her parents
the
and
family of Jojo kakra akonga fio
what I say
go see some police and say
and go see police last almost settle here but like once say parents don't better want to say police are going to and go di only my mama was adiwe na me funny crazy me mama there was one funny time on my light out and I be you know on my light out mostly like once a compound house into you pie na betina like walls and so on your man. So there was this man obetina honum. The obetina na me miswa na yeswa. And na yetina honum. And this should show you that miswa no I was very very smart.
Yeah.
Because at na me mama yankasa dey etiase.
Okay.
That was 2007.
Okay.
So that I'm sure that could be 2006 or 5.
Okay.
And me light out na pie. That was one of adia means me refeed that ABC ne.
I'm interested.
I can never forget.
Money of Fame podcast.
So omo ye light out na betina abontino na papa ne betina me nche na o say endra kro no betina ha o na ne sika 1 cedi that time 2006 no ye ka 1 cedi ya sika o
big one
sika
true
2006 na sika nto ka say ni 1 cedi ai den
ayila
to me being jovial me ka say oh once the minute me here me fire into me fire me to come out me mommy. So also for me serious. Once I say and up to date me guys had now like me ya like me papa can say me yan because a young boy like me and me cause I also go be some mommy but fine. One series that time in 2006 5 sika. So also go be some mommy and I me mommy no she's a very strict woman. Which is a tanga that you may so rest in peace or a very strict. Yeah, stricter, very strict.
Very strict.
Very strict.
Invigilator level.
Into papa also go be some no. And say enya no cry say me describe akọ here come mommy. Into I'm say later on mommy here e frame say me mbra. And I'm a quiet now or the mirror them. That was the first time.
Money or Fame podcast.
That was the first time. Me say obumi ama me ni hunu. I'm telling you this thing. Ade amike say ne hunhuma ba hakra obu zampa me ba no ntwa.
Okay.
Obumi and once time me waro.
Yeah.
My mom is thick and tall.
Okay.
Bo obumi no.
Okay.
Obumi fine and that was when me who say enye ntrobi na say oyeden.
Etwa.
Untwa. I'm telling you this thing before God the man.
Inti money inti eno sa no ode kwa bontin say o ye kronfo ana tene abontin say kronfo ana.
Say once if you the compound house ye boa nkola no be bibia be bisa say jeans na ye bo ntinu ene bisa say oh as me say anything na obo ba no say nya me ba no say nti wafa obi one city there e dey blame which is not true. What I say and all this kind of true say my one city there I come on I was just joking with the man as I grow and unfortunately to the man too went and what asked my mom then that was it and I say some mommy there and boom so that she can put me on the what
on the right path.
What I say. So I learned from that incident and now if and na me say me na kra na ade bi ira kra mpa me sha din say obebi san ka me hu ye so and me hu ye but maka say me hu obebi say me more questions
na say one wa fa kra be ka say hu ye because
say me na me fire there say once so bi afa there we wia but say bi me fire there kuta ma say science na be ba say so na me kuta obi phone what I say ti e ba say so na me phone here den e ma no den time the man say me be say me ja here den as I to the same place because they me fine obi hu say my father me kuta but say me say the two hope you ma obi fufu be my be I be fa na hu no na be ka say oh FBR them hu say no here den okuta but second person no be fire no ye hu no what I say it me fine na ye ba say time say ni pa na den e ma no
yeah say onkola be wagidi wo fie say ekron for one
oh no in Jesus
mama ne dada e ma wagidi wo krom kakra.
Oh, mama ne dada ne
because a heavy saga no wagidin why you famous
like mama gidin but unfortunately truth ni ba bonten say no we pra that was when I cast no we pra wo
me ti ase but you famous
me say mama ne dada
who person we gidin pa we ase
me say me gidin nti me di FBR Music Global there ade bia global there say international
okay sadia and mami hwili kakra na mendane na mesambra FBR Music Global so I friend no Charles Delali Dachmo na the story ani ye fa no this is the point na ma ringe bell na ama the biggest question na wo fie me bisa do you want the money or you want the fame money or fame podcast and then I made bro no Mr. Dachmo
yes I was
FBR Music Global
yes I was
na wonso we sikanie what you doing that this is only the biggest daddy happy Father's Day in advance
happy Father's Day I'm a potential father but me who buy
so why mama ne dada
oh say mama dada is nkola blame
but what you doing
5 6 years 7
until
years
you go for the fame
I'll go for the fame no I won't go for the fame I'll go for the money please you are confusing me I'll go for the money hey money sika
FBR obeji udin you go around this globe udin ebaba science in scope akiola ni ade na you don't want it.
Let me tell you something you know you can be famous and be poor and be broke. Yes. You can be famous.
Assemblyman be no.
You can be very very famous. What jidin we are seeing now so you be say one city crown ni be. You're very very broke. But when you have the money,
na galasu ore.
Na galasu wa cho. Nke gbomela ha.
Aplanu de siare le no.
Siare ko aro gbomro abe. Enwanse na. What I say wo sika man for diwechi. Yeta atan wu America because of money oh enye ma ata won ma wu America because gata no nma ye ma wo means me kuni pa because of sikanti
ayi bank robbery
oh I can't do that me I only do legal things for money.
What was the peak of your music career?
The peak of my music career started 2019 Joy Prime, where I met one good friend named Kobe G.
2019 Joy Prime Studios.
Yes, when I met a very good friend named Kobe G, and
I don't know where they were.
Audition, yes, I started the Yankana
Music audition.
And I'm saying from me music life, especially from SS Hall Banner, me yeah, Charlie, you're crazy, like serious.
I'm interested in that story.
Serious, like you find free SS time or banner.
I want to know. Yes, SS time. No, okay, SS when.
Maybe because SS for Peki Senior High. Shout out to Peki Senior High for Peki.
Oh, not just say Peki Blango Avertile Wudo me haya.
Wudo me. Mimi Wudo.
Your pestek or Kwanichi, and your pestek or Kwanichi, and your Peki secondary war.
Yes.
Say, oh, cop secondary nana tech.
Maybe call secondary. No?
Secondary. Oh, okay. Yeah, ben.
That was 20. I completed 2019, so I entered 2016.
How long did it take you from JHS to SHS?
It took me, because of a lot of setbacks in my life previously. So I was supposed to complete JHS in 2012. But because of a whole lot of setback and things, prior to my mom's death, left and right migration, so I didn't complete 2012. So I completed 2016, and I went to Peki Senior High, and I completed 19.
That means you drop out in school sometime.
Yeah, sometime in my life I didn't really drop out from school, but due to that's what I said, that my dad traveled. He traveled. He had a contract and traveled. So
outside country?
No, within the country.
Within the country, but
different
region.
That time, no phone in China, you're common.
And you're common, sir.
Me phone. What do I say? And me PA for the school. Then I make as mojo. Then me bubo shows. Me PA for the school. Me call protein. You man, and my academy here then bar form. Petitions kakra then. Ebe me say be even say promotion number near 50 ya. School Peki Senior friends and Spinner Academy. And your government school, private school. And there's a promotion number near 50 ya. Onya 49 krana. You promote you. What I say? You better show sign, but still no boy must want thing. You trim sign client family. Na repetition area. Why repeating?
Why repeat because what born? And answer why repeat because
minimal dear.
Okay.
Minimal dear. Very very brilliant.
You repeat. So I'm best school. Uba be repeat you. That's what happened.
So I'm best school. Like you better show us. And I be a class. Once school compilation, the class test, so then I can home my assignments. Can me send me homework there. Me the kwako bobo and kwako tunyom. And then I'm saying to for you good ball. But what I say, but growing up, I was so into the music. Say, let me say my dream school. What I say, but now I know a lot. What I say, now I know a lot. Say, you need music and you need education. Into my role model class, Tumbo Wako school. What I say.
Nyamie yi achire me say, na one guess be have says for classroom kakra SHS time we stubborn on class entertainment in kwana oba school ni ade.
Nah, unfortunately, let me say a prophet crowd was senior high school.
Oh, SRC prophet, and I said
house captain prophet.
Oh, sir.
And American said stubbornness, it was JHS time.
Mama, the hardest stubbornness or SHS.
My
any JHS kakra.
Okay, and America say it was based on JHS. Okay. I mean JHS. We are my classmates or background. Me meet my yaw. We didn't send for me my yaw.
Okay.
Me bo. What I say?
Okay.
But me, the more you are growing, you must say Paul crack can say me akula. Me drink say nkola drink. But all drink say yere impenyin for drink.
Yeah.
So growing up, me na me core SS no. When I was in SS, one funny thing was that result in by na me nyaya no. I babeko school no. And I'm Jimmy Prespotus. Me kaba me kanika kraba. I'm Jimmy Prespotus. Me Jimmy Prespotus no be who if anything courses now person here.
Yeah. No.
So me I knew that I wanted to do music back in JHS in the
of course in the ni Prespotus so
very
music
good.
In Prespotus.
Na music also. Music also na me choose general art.
Oh, okay.
Friends saying core English, social studies, maths,
EMS,
science.
Yeah.
That was the core. It's elective, music for me. Music, government, CRS, and economics. But economics ni switch here. Economics here the anyhow.
Okay.
Friends and literature.
Okay. Literature. Oh,
literature.
Okay.
And me choose music, literature, events and CRS and government.
Okay.
And I'm choose here. Until first term na me ba fi and That was we were in a class about 43 or 43 thereabouts in that class. And guess what? I came out 4th.
Oh, sir.
Yes, I came out 4th. But my dad wasn't happy with that.
Okay.
Why? Because he saw music on my result slip, and it was like, didn't I tell you to go and choose business or geography? I'm like, Daddy, I want to do music. Manumpo insisted I want to do music. Martino, why?
Soldier level.
Oh, General, so don't me, Papa. What I said, soldier no dey also Kobida.
Okay.
To him.
What about soldier here,
that was, let me start. Before I was born, because my grandfather was a prison officer.
Okay.
And my dad is the only son. Into Oko soldier, my grandfather wasn't really happy, so he was forced to pull out. Into training in the Wanyebi.
Okay.
Into me catch me music was no. A manibufu or bomb assume for that.
Okay.
So I'm basically the main music into a bomb assume for that. So that I say if I go back the next term, which is second term, first year, second term, I should make sure say some music course or even general art course me there. Mrs. business and geography. What I say because he did geography in school.
What was Auntie's perception about this music and
my stepmom's perception
about your talent, your music, and what you chose?
My stepmom, like once the stepmom there, she was like a mother.
Okay.
And because I show be music ejibawa. Ma music ejibawa. My voterian, my stepmom is a voterian.
Okay.
I show be music ejibawa. So careful for me ejibawa na music ore. Ma careful play. Me phone play vu. Ka kekpo juga nya like careful for like. For be mega will. So during that time vacation, I was supposed to happy say I call my call SS fresh. My body say me engine me but I was very, very sad. I was broken. I was always in the room thinking, was it me call? I mean, cause so I called my couple of friends.
Did you plan to kill yourself?
No, I did. That thought never came to my mind.
Did you plan to do something crazy?
Not really.
Really?
Not really. I didn't plan to do any bad thing to myself.
Okay.
But what I was doing was I called my friends who I was in the class with them, music class with them, and I was like, this is what my dad is saying about my music. So what do you think I should do? And they were like, okay, then I should call the music teacher and talk to him and explain things to him and see. And I was like, fine. So I was in the room and I called the music teacher and I was like, sir, my dad said I shouldn't do music. I shouldn't even do general art. I should go and do business or geography. So, and I want to do the music. And he was like, okay, I shouldn't worry. So I should give my dad's number to him. So he will talk to my dad. And I gave the number to him. So I didn't know what happened. So there was one time. So it means he called my dad because there was one day my dad called me. So when he called me, he sent for me. And I came. I was scared. So to make one man and say, "But come to me, be there and come and bend. No, me jina do no. No, I say maintenance. I say noni. Now me start the cars. I'm still no me suru. So now I say maintenance. Me tonight bend gate now so that BBCBR. Bet my head away. Sharp. Bet me journey. Into me tonight. I say, why I'm the number man. I say, mami, them beze me chantro. See my father mo bia. But I say, mami chantro. Me can't come see me the mami music teacher. No, I say I'm the number the mami music teacher. Me say. That about church and like music no start say na what I say mama. And I show me need we say 30 seconds be to 1 minute be show me say and obi am say am I sure I want to do music? And I'm say yes. Am I sure I want to do music? And I'm say yes. And I catch me say hwe and yes me mpe wa brabo you me pe wa brabo ye but that be no me can kire me say me wako chusu course no car me print and me and stop me into say no na me pese me ya me course na me den me nye na me ni agi
okay
me mu na me sele but na me tran in change me say obongu say me den
okay
me sere
we are then na say music na dey afro
me because when I was in class 5 going to class 6 to form 1 no. And I started me to exercise book a whole notebook.
One hour choro.
Me choro. Me choro. Enyumbi. Murder. Some nioma be. Me bless. Like nioma be.
We are reggae dancer.
Let me a reggae dancer.
At that time, we are then out patwa.
Very good. Sometimes can phone into a cafe. Near coast use. And that time let me pay. Like let me pass up friend saying Bob Marley. Enyumbi brains. And look at Kahona who said no. Like. Music ni me need John.
Enye sika pe binti na obera music.
Na enye sika pe binti.
Your passion.
I started na passion. What you say?
Who hate you? One hate you obera music.
You be music.
How many years no mama who say person hate?
Me nya 2024 crown person me hate before December.
E dey na why ya was sika fame a chere say wo pese o hit.
Me take question as it.
Upe sika. One for fame. You are not chasing fame, you are chasing money. Unye sika na wa hit.
Me sika ma hate you.
And then why so far?
Like in terms of like
Adia odi music na chase sika saying. Wa monitor wonyum saying. Wa ton ho saying. We nye sika. Efim.
Oh, like right now there, sika na menya free enyum ton there, nye beble. Santo bit me frame show kra na e bia my transportation, e bia 100 cedis. You bit manya show so makobo show so da e mami 200 cedis in and out. What you say?
Unyum man hiti ade kese be na obeye.
Menyum hiti, I say hiti. Enyum dey say hiti. Hey, poor nation for me man hiti. Cost ba for me say.
Sika sen na ohia ansa na odi hiti. Sika sen na ope.
Menya I'm not capping. Like Obeji say media agro. Music is very expensive. Into Obeji pushy music. Dia here si kapa.
Suppose that person pushy 1% emra.
Oh, so nanga so ma 1 billion Ghana cedis in your bad.
How much do we have to pay you if you're free for show?
For show, for now as FBR Music Global, if you want to pay me at least 2,000 in your bad. Because a woman say. And you hit baby, but me junior stage. Me general cranium, any generic baby stage in a fire.
Why do you choose Fashion Boy ranking?
I chose Fashion Boy ranking because I love fashion. One, I love fashion very, very much. I love fashion. And funny enough, that name Fashion Boy ranking, it was FBR. It was just FBR. So I needed to look for a meaning to the FBR. You get what I'm trying to say? It was just FBR.
Yes, I wouldn't even tell FBR and bye.
FBR was a dream.
Okay.
Before God the man. I didn't be America. Me call interview be me kind.
It was a dream.
It was a dream. Like that's why I knew I could do. I could do music. It was
have you seen your dead mom in a dream? Your late
several times.
Several times. Or can they natural?
Baby, like sometimes, especially when I'm so down, like when I'm very down, broken, like when I'm devastated, like when I'm confused, like every artist will know, or not even every artist or every musician, anybody who wants to achieve something in life. When you are trying to push the thing and the thing is not pushing, you are like, hey, I best succeed there. I go make am there. So when I'm broken down and I look at her picture and I'm looking at it and tears are dropping out of my eyes, maybe I'm a before God a man. I see her in my dreams. Like I saw her in my dreams one day. We were walking by a beach side. No kutamensa. When I woke up, I was just crying. I saw her. I saw her in my dream and she was talking to me that I shouldn't worry. I will make it. If
your mom was on earth, Anka Obemo Enyum.
Yes, if my I'm telling you before God, if my mom was to be alive,
okay,
Stone
Boy, apart from one your mentor.
Vibes Cartel, Tomili, Shatawale, Samini.
Vibes Cartel, Nancy Wako prison aba. Is that the kind of role you wanted to play?
I don't want to go to prison though.
He has been tagged as a murderer.
He has been tagged as a murderer, yes. I don't know whether it was proven that he was a murderer though. I don't know whether it was proven.
But you still love him as your role model?
I still love him as my role model. Shout out to World Boss, Vice Cartel, DJ Palmer. You see me?
How many songs do you have?
I have 23 songs.
Where can we find your songs?
For now, Audio Mac, but we are looking forward to put on all digital stores. But for now, it's Audio Mac, FBR Music Global.
So we are also streaming on all digital stores across the whole world. You can stream us right now. This is the Money of Fame podcast. And this point, I want to actually go into a little story with you, but we've talked about the Vibes Cartel saga. Okay, so let's go to Sarkodie. He was recently sabotaged on the Olympic Games stage that he used to disrespect ladies near the other. What do you think? How does it impact you as a Ghanaian?
Sarkodie, the landlord, Sarkodie, King Sark, if I respect him, man. Maybe all the rapper drew there. Very serious. Like, Africa has he's one of the best and the finest rappers in Africa. About him disrespecting ladies, sometimes it can be a sabotage, sometimes it can be a rumor.
But he didn't perform.
Oh, really? They said he performed. I don't know whether I heard that he performed. Maybe they said almost perform here.
Do you think character has anything to do with talent?
Yeah, you see, talent comes with character, comes with attitude, comes with everything. So you can have a bad character and people will tag you as bad and they will sabotage. The industry had gatekeepers. So when you are a bad character, you don't expect your gatekeepers to receive you with a good arms. Yeah, when you're disrespectful, you don't expect people to receive you with a good arms. You have to be humble and respectful. And we have fanfullers too who are humble fanfullers, humble lions. How can your name be a humble lion? I'm not from a humble lion. To me, it is weird. A lion is never humbled. So you can never say they call you humble lion. You can say maybe a humble sheep, because a sheep is what? Humble. And the ongophobia from foolers are like in the character there.
About life mom some manage you never from fooling.
There was one time a friend of mine even told me point blank to my face, hey, so I could be managing that could be to so can spare pass. I tell you this thing. Hey,
Money of Fame podcast.
Bad man. I tell you this thing. But fast forward, I'm afraid. It's more my friend. FBR, me who interview how? We are the first. FBR, Matthew, FBR, Koboshi, but that was the same thing. Catch him say. So the Nisika be managing me. Could be to so can spare pass. Hey, bomb clout.
Sikana opening Sikana over Buenipa.
Oh, why not? Me, people who are close to me, go for more bare men. I'm say me generous. You know, like sometimes growing up, like I wanted to be a philanthropist. What I say, but say, like, me pardon ma. It is part of my DNA. I like to give.
So your music activism is a friend to philanthropism.
Very good.
Why nyanyuma obey juma bembiem?
Me ya nyum no kra still me juma.
Why na ma uskasi sia?
See, me juma kakra, and you know, shout out to my father. Like, on also tape me, my big sister, on also tape me. What did I say?
No, so what squad on multiple.
And Americans initially once in our society, Ghana, Hansi and Kasaro, in our community, in our society, you know, when you are starting something, people don't really want to support.
Exactly.
Because they see you say, oh, I didn't go, go here. But most say we push ya from maybe infants first, so starting number one. We push ya could do 50%. Ako yan supporting pono we do 15 pono. E dey obedu 100 and starting here dey and supporting.
The biggest fan base wa hifa.
The biggest fan base is spin test show. Hey, shout out to my spin test show people. What I say spin test show. The whole spin test show dey. Oba spin test show now kasa o share chance aswe wala unhu bia. Banyaka FBR FBR sa boy na no aboniti no FBR sa boy tintin do dance on yehunu.
Wanya hu so bia agi ni din ba we nya scam film. Uji udin a wo benya scam film. Ade na wo fa film.
Family de hu hia but to me no sika hu hia chem me menye sika kra beble menye sika bebre to ton sa sisi adan ye no ma bebre na ma hit kra me pe.
Now the first hit is to be having money.
Yes, me I love money. Me do sika, I love money. Let me say it and say it again. Me
and you made the sika saying.
Hey, Jonah, uni me bi. Ma me ka say we nchire etiefo no mu ntie. No obi anfa ntu no ho fo. What I say? I met someone who said he believes in my talent. He believes in my music. So he wants to manage me. He wants to support me. And he said he based outside the country. US or said into about Ghana. Into a source of boy me say, you know. Initially I started to me pay. What I say the meet on the car.
Mau feel 20 CDB. Challenge you here Fleming.
It's in how you feel it, you know. And you know, I needed to bring some money online. What did I say? Bisika could dim 4,200.
When I demand so manage you are not saying.
And I make kind of say,
also the work bridge or best visa or traveling passport.
Okay, traveling passport. Or so your be
so best company are there.
What I say no management in your be and also you to know if you are starting up and you want to do music, maybe you are in a haste.
The enthusiasm.
What did I say? The enthusiasm, the spirit of enthusiasm. Here because Charlie, I want to blow. Charlie, me person me chira sa again. Say me blow na my bed, my bed wale no. Person me chira sa boy now. Car say me hating. Person me changing opportunity be be person do who here then. Me say me ba ha say kra mo ka contract be asem no. Person me a little bit dicey. Person me fee mu here then. Entin your mass. Person me entin your no so be then. E be catch me. I don't just say be am arrogant. It is past what experience.
Into fee me na copy saying.
Me fee na copy papa.
Yes, I can't do the work arbitration.
Debbie, me can't say honum then wins me and for me uncle. Music go dim.
Music dim 4,000.
4,200.
Only no kuya, moya menchi. And chain do me nyama 2,000. 2,000 when you half. Me half. Sabotage. 2,200 ne ekoye. The next thing I will jump into my own say, hey, masaboka then. Ekoye. A whole lot, you know. Funny enough, I went for an interview one time. I don't know if I'm permitted to mention him. Emil Abrobe's interview. So coming back, and I met this guy
you know, the star me my dress now me look, you know, the star is shining on my forehead. And you know, I'm say, are you a musician? I was like, yes. And I say, on no crown or platform we so or platform. But some about platform ni or platform we so or this TV station we so ntino. So boa me say me ko interview di ade bibi wo me hunjo. So boa me na aja. Ti me ngene number. Say fast forward me ngene number. Na me ba fi nti e chati ye bibi ana so me send me nyom man tie so wow enyum ni good nti blah 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 ntino onim. So first day I say akoka baby nti me send iska akra no fa twa no ho yede mfa fa camera nti ja obi be so oboa wo no so akoka baby a chema onye na me twa no iska akra bi tum be say 20 cities 30 cities bi 2 man so mfa yede mfa fa ka say endro so nti no se me manya 20 aka na 50 a ja za send na yede 50 so mfa twa no mfa mbla. I was there for about some time. Me kasa me chat. Chairman also person boab news. I say, me hold you and you to follow me the underground artist no mo draw so ntino. Or yen time beso. Me time bearing. Ebe so. Ti me time so the me bobi is once yen ko baby ni insta pint. Me bobi ska kra no. Me zanse be zanse me nya be say 800 to 1000 be your wait me then. E da boa me na me see you Martin. Fast forward me think ada be say 800. Na me friend say okay la. Say manya 800 no into platform say funny enough no once zango for na you don't know how they do it. And I want to be on this platform and tell a lot of, you know, TV stations and radio stations, say, go to me back with TV platform, radio platform, no be picture a video. But you say they are part of that station. Most of them are called fraud boys or about just sending me videos proving say
Charlie live on
that station hobby.
Yeah, a bit
money and fame.
Yeah, money and fame podcast.
Or bit better pictures.
Yeah,
or the money and fame like
or the
GC kind. So nobody say me who videos. I believe say I am pa. This guy is really there, you know. Gig night there. Afa. And a platform I make a big platform. Me body among us and a big platform. What I say? Say afa. And sharp. Me trust can to me 800 man. Quick. Me chop blogging. Me friend and call. Me friend and call. Me friend. Me try different number. Me the different number friend. Hello, I need. See. I think they say. Oh, you say me no a category no. WhatsApp means me rich.
Up to now.
Up to date. Say be then I make an make sure there, but I've learned a lot from those things. What you say?
Man, go for 3 shoutouts on my shoe phone pa. We are some man go for 3 shoutouts on my boa pa.
Oh, the man
fan shoutout. Poor nation you be a.
What you say? Them person can say in every disgrace there is a grace. What you say? On my mojo so much me for more, but it makes me stronger. What you say? You know, sometimes I look at my back and look at my enemies and be like, Charlie, I have to prove my enemy what wrong. So anybody that wish me bad, I wish you good. Alhamdulillah. Yeah. Because that wishing negativity, no. And the mama nya what they pushy. What I say? Because Bible no class obi ado wa due. And obi time so adue. What I say? Intino. Say who hate me? Fine, I'm cool with it. That hate can turn to a positive energy for me somewhere. What I say? And shout out to all my haters. What I say, and big shout outs to all my loved ones, you know. Shout outs to my dad, shout outs to my mom, shout outs to my big sis, shout outs to General. You see me? Shout outs to Money and Fame podcast. Shout outs to everybody that gave me an opportunity as FBR Music Global to showcase my talent, you know. In 2024 we got ball show. What G annual music. So what I say, in the music in the year. Now you say I'm saying so over family. I'm 2000 and send my ball show now.
Obeso fa ma 2000 sana ma bo show na ma o memre no aso ma wie bi na me say e betwema so but story na de pa na won say Charlie be big time story me be say last one o me be say last one e de na obetimi aye e de nyeska ade a crazy pa obetimi the biggest thing e den ade ka tell me kwan show me nim na ka tell me kwan.
Me, as I said, everything legal. I can do everything legal. I can't do illegal things for money.
Unton we.
Nah, me.
Yeah, the cocaine shall unka breach na wa hate umpe.
No. You cheat me to me na my
FBR money or fame.
Money. I saw the money man.
Episode almost ka. Obeso do to nyum na nya fame.
Once opportunities be wo honuma. E say look sharp na one check. What you say?
Okay.
Say right now.
Sike nim kra obeche.
Say very good. And I'm my example be. Say I met na ha say. Na manya phone calls Tomboy afre me. O say obeso your collaboration me. O ma miski bia but we try music videos ama me. Or better digital stores bia wallahi. Meye because aden say the next marketer who say I call ni FBR oni Tomboy anyum FBR ni Tomboy anyum Hey, I call viral. Giddy. Into a bar. On an dream. Nobody say be a stone boy at the HM make car. And I stone boy a mammy bibi. Because hey, now stone boy farm to and you say that and stone boy you want to know. Who say be a better me general stand so because hey, now stone boy farm to you only hear mammy. Into mammy 5,000 because hey, I'm power question stone boy feature and the empower the chairman of them patch mammy more 3,000. And some opportunities are there. It's open doors for you.
So some of the opportunities you go for fame, some of them you go for money.
Yes.
Now shall no
sometimes it depend. What I say, Obi to say cheddar say only cheddar nama. What I say, or more sikasa ma fame. What I say, but Obi so person oboa or more fame or so more exposure no kwa. Into more exposure, now you have to look sharp, not fan cash it out.
Sikana only be a block chance in music.
Oh yeah, Sikadi only be a block chance for music be play.
Over contract and so over check royalty part in the first.
Yes,
because you buy a crime most papers we check royalty part.
Check Sikano who here. And on I say Obi and show ya Obi say you are too arrogant and now the amount opportunity when person be grab it. There be. I say once the brofo the wicked do. Brofo ka crab it my temu. Ama o life be there but say ya titi. Artist omo come blow more record label. Recently teen news be US. A very famous artist, what blower or what this big record label, so me big record label. The guy was there, had big songs, but had nothing. Brony, to me be man, check a contract to this year. One line, one brofo, ashimereo. They did me.
Yes, you say this kind of man. I shall see a sedge not to turn your man and do a numia. The ones are more cars near Cassiania. So we've given you the money. Now you are coming to work. Scania Benyano, Cassiano Babaho. Is peace in Babaho. So do Sikawi. You see, a cow coins in the Wasson. That is what happens up there. What I say? So would you go for that money deal?
I want you to re-ask the question again. I don't
really for some money deal. No money deal like a mouse can. We are ni age man na fashim na teoka I say loan waje
ye ba miskasi mindi
record label na mo skaje di fatokas ye ho mo bi ehun say why it
no investment
ndf and fire ho
such contract no mempe say okay say ye ma miskasi mindi a as a wise man there unti ma miskasi say omo force me say
your friend compensation
mindi ni gidi
your friend compensation you do be and fire ho
for lifetime in man say ya mama 100 billion forever and ever.
2 years contract and sa
100 billion. I have to take it and invest well sharp. And I'm looking sharp.
FBR Music Global. Assemble na main bisawa ufi say ubetimi ya cha very horrible.
Very horrible.
Our life mo.
Very horrible in my life. Horrible things, you know. Horrible things is my ups and downs in my music career.
Ups and downs in your music career.
Yes, ups and downs. Like, you know.
What was the longest place I want to if you could bull show yanchoka?
Let me say this one funny thing. What kind shout out to you, General. Me call one time to a studio. Event saying 37 what about Pick Farm what about
Accra New Town
what about very good. You are very current. Honor me call in aja.
Me say CG power.
We are current. Me call honor say me call record it. And I was me to spin test into at this time. In Anteba station. Manyaka that was around 8:30 to 9 morning. In Anteba, if it's 37, Manyaka. Imagine from 37 to spin test. Abozege. Menante Yankasa. I really worked. Menante Yankasa.
It is not a little story for a big dancehall artist. We are practice with all of the artists, and the fact is, we are all the way past time. But Charlie, the thing they join me like money and field podcast, like Ed there, like the way Charlie, the story to go on. I want to listen like 4 hours then things, but this is what we are about to end. But before then, I was see a teen and senior man to me. Yeah. So let's go for a freestyle. Let's go for like a freestyle for this.
Money man a pre, only money man a pre. A lot of them have to know say FBR Music Global man a humble. So Lord, show me the way. Come upon a me right I know make I know say fire in me eyes. Coulda never be cool no quench no. So money man a pre. Money and fame man a pre. Money and fame man a pre. So me dey pan money and fame podcast. Money and fame man a pre. Money and fame man a pre. So me dey pan money and fame podcast. Yeah, man, I know your boy FBR Music Global, the Pole Nation president representative in life. Spin test show. Yeah, man, you see me as a man. Po.
From numbers 1, 1, 2, 3, money and fame we are pre. So set FBR Music Global free. Intina mi babe free musano. Yes, we are live on the Money and Fame podcast, but this is where episode 4 will permit me to actually let you have a nice look at it again. Play it back again. Stream on all the guitar platforms across the whole wide world, and we will come back with episode 5 if we are live. We are going. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cast Money and Fame podcast.